So your surgeon has recommended that you receive a cervical artificial disc replacement, or perhaps you're just here to research cervical artificial disc replacement in general. Either way, I'm glad you've tuned in because I think it's absolutely crucial that patients understand what's being implanted in their body. I'm Avery, this is Medivice, and I've been a surgical consultant in the spine space for 10 years. Today we're going to be discussing the 3 things that you absolutely need to know before considering cervical artificial disc replacement. Let's get into it. Number 1, understand the components and the biomechanics of the cervical artificial disc that your surgeon is recommending. There are many artificial discs currently out on the market, and all of them vary in terms of their biomechanics. But before we get into the biomechanics, let's talk a little bit about the anatomical makeup of an artificial disc. An artificial disc has a top end plate, a bottom end plate, and sandwiched in between is a core. And the core technology is linked to biomechanics. So let's discuss that. By providing you 2 examples, I'm going to show you what a translational core looks like, as well as a fixed core. This is the Simplify artificial disc from NuVasive. As you can tell, as the patient is moving, the core is actually moving as well. This is a mobile or translational core. Here is the Sentinel Spine ProDisc C Vivo. As you can tell, this is a fixed core. The core's in place and the end plate is moving as the patient moves over that ball and socket technology. So as you can see, the biomechanics are very different between these 2 artificial discs. I would have an open conversation with your surgeon about what artificial disc is right for you in terms of its biomechanics. Obviously, one is a little bit more mobile and the other one is a little bit more constrained. Number 2, understand the history and the track record of the artificial disc that your surgeon is recommending. There are a lot of artificial discs out there, as I mentioned, and all of them have different histories and track records. Open up that conversation with your surgeon about what those histories and those track records are. How many implantations did this artificial disc receive in the United States? How many in Europe? How long were these being implanted in the United States and in Europe? Have an open conversation so that you can feel more comfortable about the history and the track record of the artificial disc. Number 3, know the experience of your spine surgeon with artificial disc replacement. There are a lot of surgeons out there that are certified in artificial disc replacement. This doesn't mean that they necessarily have extensive experience. So ask them about it. How long have you been doing artificial disc replacement surgery? What are some of the complications that you've seen? How do you manage those complications? Again, open up that conversation so that you can feel more comfortable. A lot of surgeons will use one specific artificial disc and have great outcomes. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are also other surgeons out there that will tailor an artificial disc specific to your lifestyle, to your goals, where you want to be. So open up that conversation about what artificial discs they use in certain scenarios, if it's not just one, and how that might apply to you and your case. So to sum it up, here are the 3 things that we discussed. Number 1, understand the components and the biomechanics of the artificial disc that your surgeon's recommending. Number 2, understand the history and the track record of the artificial disc. Number 3, know the experience of your spine surgeon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you found this video helpful, click the subscribe button. We've got great content coming your way. And if you have any questions or have anything to say, leave a comment below. I'd love to open up the discussion. Final disclaimer, guys, I am not a doctor. I do not have an MD or DO next to my name. So if you have questions about your health concerns, consult with your doctor. I am talking about medical devices on the channel, and that is my only goal here. So again, consult with your doctor for any specific medical needs. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.